I'm Alex from the future, and come with me if you want to grow some hair. All right guys, I'm pretty excited. I finally got a hold of it, the Growband Pro. This thing has been sold out constantly, making it hard for even me to get a hold of. So when I finally got it, I'm pretty stoked because it's supposed to be pretty awesome. Let's jump into the box and see what's all in here and kind of get started. So right away, I see we've got our instruction manual with a QR on the back, which I hope will have all of the instructions because I'm not sure yet. We've got the actual Growband itself, which will fit firmly on my head, and we'll get to that. We've got the whole brains of the operation, I guess, called the Grow box, and that's got different settings on here, quite a few buttons. I'll dig into that in a minute. And the charging cable, which is a little shorter than I'd like, but I'm sure we can make it work. And the final piece of the puzzle, we've got the tubing to connect all the parts and pieces. So that's it, simple enough. So before I dive into the use of the Growband, let me just discuss why I'm kind of excited about it. So the whole concept behind this device is that it stimulates blood flow. If you've watched this channel for a while, you'll know that a lot of the things we try to do is about stimulating blood flow to our scalp to promote hair growth. So when you have this device, the whole idea is that it's supposed to inflate this outer band, push on my head, and like a massage, make blood go to my head. Pretty simple enough, and it's hands-free, so I can do whatever I want to at the same time. I like that. So with that in mind, I went ahead and I scanned the QR. And taking a look at the page, what I found is that a lot of the important parts about this device is the placement. So with the placement, you really have to make sure, from what they said, you have to make sure that the placement is about 2 inches above the eyebrows. Now, I've got a big forehead, don't make fun, but I think the placement will be fine for me. I just have to get it adjusted just right. This is gonna vary from person to person. The second thing they talk about is the duration. So how long this inflates, holds, deflates, and the wait time in between. Now, all of that is settable with the buttons below, but apparently they recommend, and I made sure to set up, a 2000, 2000, and 2500 setting, which makes it inflate, hold, and deflate for these durations, about 2 seconds each to kind of get going. They say you can do this for about a minimum of 10 minutes a day. Now, this is where we're gonna outline the protocol. For the next 90 days, I'm gonna actually use the Growband Pro for not 10, but 15 minutes. As you may have noticed, my head is a bit stubborn with growing hair, so I'm gonna put in a little extra time, but I think because of the way this device works, it's quite simple to just have it with me and not really worry about how much time goes by. Heck, I might even use it for too long, but I'll try to stay on the exact timing for science. Diving into the box itself though, I did find there's a little clip on the back, making this even easier. I thought I was gonna have to carry this guy around, but apparently I'll just clip it onto my side and we'll get going from there. Without much ado, let's take a look at actually using this device. So I went ahead and got out the tube and I took a look and I noticed there's two sizes to the ends. One size is a bit smaller and that's gonna go right into the grow box as such. Easy as that. The other side, we're gonna go ahead and put on the bottom of the Growband, like so. Simple as can be. Now there is an adjustment on the back for people with big heads like me. Thank you. And I appreciate that. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of follow those instructions and see about placement there and get that tightened up. There we go. Now on that page, it talked about how you want this tight enough so that it doesn't slip off your head and slip down, but also not slide up, which I think it's about right now. Let's give it a try. Well, it doesn't feel super tight, but they did say something about that on the page. So I think for me, I'm gonna have to tighten this up just a little bit more. And with that in mind, let's give it another go. Ooh, okay. Now we're on to something. So I do feel, yeah, a nice pressure. So let's take a look at the placement. Can you guys see? Is it picking my head up? Let's see one more. I think so. I feel like it is. It feels a little bit like it's pushing my head up, which is quite nice. Yeah, I like that. You may hear a bit of a noise. There is a bit of a pump noise to this from the grow box itself, but I found that if I just put it right here, somewhere away from me, let's see. yeah, it's a lot quieter. That's quite nice. And then as I mentioned before, there is a clip here on the back, so we can just kind of strap that to me and I could sit in the next 15 minutes just chilling, doing whatever. Nice. So as I said, this experiment is gonna be all about the Growband Pro. We're not gonna include any other kind of treatments, although you could add this to any hair treatment regimen. Whether you're doing something like finasteride, you're using minoxidil, you're using rollers, you're using any of the experiments we've done before, this guy can accompany it and encourage blood flow to make that scalp health better and increase the flow and help get that hair growth. For me though, I wanna see exactly what this thing can do on its own, and maybe this is all I need. So as I mentioned, the protocol for this test is gonna be 90 days with the Growband Pro. I'm gonna do 15 minutes a day, and what I'm looking to focus on is stimulating blood flow to my head and seeing if that will promote hair growth. To kick off though, let's take a look at the most important part. What are we starting with? This is my hair now. It's a little thin, I know, they tell me all the time, but with some patience and a little help, I think we're gonna get there together. All right guys, month one with the Growband, and what a cool product. Like, it's so chill. I'm literally just hanging out here, relaxing, and I could be growing hair. That's pretty cool. Now, as far as I'm concerned, this thing's really lightweight, so I've had no issue with like rocking it around the house or doing my thing. And the sessions don't have to be long, 10, 12, 15 minutes. I'm usually about 12 to 15. Something cool about this that is a little personal, but maybe you guys will find it interesting. Check this out. So after finishing up a session, there is a little bit of redness here, but I have kind of a squishy head, and to take a look, the Growband like pulls the wrinkles out. It's really strange, but let's say it helps with hair growth and with wrinkle reduction. We're gonna sell it for $1 million. Get in soon. Also then is the setting of the different modes. So the way it comes is a little bit shorter than I'd like, but it was really super simple to change. All I did is jump into the settings and kind of adjust this up for me. And then you click on your gear and you can change how long everything stays. So for me, I was going like 3-3-3, and then I kind of wanted a little bit longer, so I bumped it up to about 3-5. And from there, I just hit save. And what that does is it kind of makes it where it's gonna inflate for 3.5, hold it for 3, deflate for 3, and wait 1, which is super handy because it's kind of a flat number, basically 10 seconds for me. And yeah, I really can't complain that way. You guys might want to change that too, but usually you want to start a bit lower because when you first get it, it's going to probably be a little bit unusual of a feeling. But after this first month, I feel pretty comfortable with my settings here, but your results may vary. Second thing I found, so we do send a little USB-C to A cable, but it's really small, so I never found myself using it. I thought I'd go to USB-C to C and longer. Doesn't work, no. You do need to use a USB-A to C, meaning you do need the little square guy here to go to C, but for every charger I've used with that style of cable, it works. C to C, it does not. All right, guys, just wrapping up on my second month check-in. Finish up my session here in my office. Please don't mind the mess. I found that the Growband is actually really easy to use in my daily because it doesn't take any extra prep. I literally just make sure it's charged and we're good to go. And as discovered earlier, as long as we got a good charging cable, it charges up pretty quick and it gets me through about 3 sessions. Second thing, I started to notice that like I'm getting a little bit of a kink in the hose. I think that's just because I had it rotated funny. So I just found if you just kind of move this a little bit in here, it kind of straightens it back out, good to go. Probably not a big deal, but just something to notice. I do enjoy it, it's quite peaceful. I found a lot of different things I can do while I do it, so that's a plus as well. And other than that, nothing to report, you know? I have no complaints, just another day and hopefully another hair. I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, me from the past has said a lot. I don't have much else to say. I'm just gonna show you the results. It's awesome. Honestly, this has been the simplest process. It's an easy product to use. I put it on my head and I just wait. No smells, no mixtures, no strange rituals. I just wait. It's hard to explain. For so long, I've always worried about like waiting, I'm just gonna lose more hair. But now waiting actually grows hair. So this is only 3 months in and I'm already seeing results. I really can't wait to see what 6 months looks like, 9 months, 12 months. And to be fair, I can't wait to see what you guys look like when you get started with the Growband Pro. Because if you're anything like me, you may have not considered starting here, but I'm so glad that I'm ending here because it's simple, it's easy, and it works. Growband Pro gets my double thumbs up recommendation. So again, guys, my name's Alex, and I'm so glad we went through this journey together. I hope to see some results from you soon, and I'll talk to you guys later. See ya. I am from the future. Come with me if you want to grow some hair. Jia Yan Yan. No.